And now, lend us your ears for an update from Nebraska Corn.
On this week's program, we are going to get an update from the Nebraska Corn Checkoff Presidential Chair at UNL in Lincoln. He is the director of the Industrial Ag Products Center, Mark Wilkins. Last time we talked about a year ago, you told us about a concept of using corn, specifically fiber from corn, in the production of plastics. Tell us how that research has evolved here over the last year.
Chad, it's done very well. We've been able to find some good organisms that basically produce plastic inside of their cells. I would compare it to fat of a bacteria, okay? Basically what happens is you don't feed these bacteria nitrogen and they get stressed. We shut off the nitrogen and basically they start building up this plastic, and then we take the plastic out of the organism and then we can use it for things like plastic cups or bottles or what have you. How we're using the fiber to do that is a lot of the ethanol plants in our state and around the country are actually collecting corn fiber and separating it from the corn starch and oil and the protein, and then they have this fiber stream, but they don't have really anything productive to do with it. So what we are talking about is actually taking that fiber, applying a few processes to it to make sugars from the fiber, and then we feed those sugars to these bacteria, and they basically just start building up plastic inside their cells, and then we can take the plastic and use it for other common things that you would think of to use plastics for.
Okay, so that's one project. Another one you are telling me about is using corn in a process to create hydrogen gas. Tell us about that research, Mark.
Yeah, so Dr. Sibel Ermach, who is one of our research associate professors at the Industrial Ag Products Center, is leading a project that has successfully produced fairly good yields of hydrogen gas from corn kernels. So this is just an option to utilize corn kernels that maybe have a lot of mold or are unusable for some other purposes. Or in times of low demand, we could divert some of it to this use. And that hydrogen gas can be used in fuel cells to generate electricity, or there are also cars that are run off fuel cells. The other big use, of course, for hydrogen, particularly in our area, is for production of ammonia fertilizer.
Why do you think it's important to do things like this? You know, we have one example using corn fiber in a process to make bioplastic. Here's another way of using corn, and at the end you get hydrogen gas that can be used in a couple of different applications. Why should we be involved in this as corn farmers and as a state?
Obviously, the more demand there is for your crop, the better price you're going to get. We need to find other ways to use the corn so that we can maintain good, profitable prices regardless. I think now more than ever we can see how important it is.
Again, we've been visiting with Mark Wilkins. He is the director of the Industrial Ag Products Center at UNL. He also serves as the Nebraska Corn Presidential